Moving on to the Europa League now, RZ play host to Galatasaray. And RZ, they lost on the final day of the league stage to Ferencváros of Hungary. And RZ finished 17th overall in the league stage with 4 wins, 0 draws, but 4 defeats to their name. They have a great record of 15 goals, but also conceded 15 goals across the 8 matches. RZ won their first match of the Europa League, but 1 win in 5 after then really put the Dutch side in a pickle. They're a model of inconsistency, but they have done enough to reach the knockout phases. They host a Galatasaray side who managed to finish 13th in the league stage with 3 wins, 4 draws and just 1 defeat to their name. They scored 19, which was the most in the tournament, but they also allowed 16, which is one of the worst records, especially amongst teams that qualified for the knockout rounds. Much like RZ though, Galatasaray struggled to pick up as many wins as perhaps they deserved. The Turkish side did win 3 of their first 4 matches, but then none of their last 4, hence the slip down to 13th. When we look at the head-to-head records, the one and only time these sides have played was earlier this year in the Europa League. RZ took the lead through Sven Mayans after just 2 minutes, in a first half in which, looking at the stats, the Dutch dominated. However, Victor Osimhen did manage to equalise just before half-time to bring the scores level at the interval, and looking at the stats, this goal did really mark a change of momentum here. Galatasaray generated 3 times the amount of shots with over 10 times the amount of XG in the second period, but the Turks were unable to find that second goal, with the scores finishing level at 1-1. My prediction for today's game is that form is inconsistent between both sides in European competition, but based on the sheer amount of goals that these sides have both scored and allowed, I am looking at both teams to score here. RZ have seen both teams to score in 5 of their 8 Europa League matches, and in 3 of their last 4 in Alkmaar, whereas Galatasaray have seen both teams net in all 8 Europa League matches, which obviously includes a 4 out of 4 record on the road. When we look at the head-to-head record in the 1 match played, the scores finished 1-1, so both teams to score also came in there. And I really do think this tie will be settled by who scores the most goals instead of keeping a clean sheet. I expect both sides to register here in the opening leg. However, at the time of recording, the odds are not up yet, so I will add that to a pinned comment down below. But I will be backing both teams to score for a full stake here in bet number 3.